Okay, this looks like it should work now. Okay, this looks like it should work now. Okay, this looks like it should work. First time streaming like this, so getting used to it. Taking a look if everything works fine, so let me know in chat if everything is okay. Still need to figure out how I get this overlayer up to it. Testing if it works. So sounds good and looks good. Okay, great. This should be the fastest way that I can actually stream. So I'm taking a test this afternoon. I'll do it here. If it doesn't work, I'll hop over to Discord. We're going to give everybody the information. Just give me a second. Normally I do it here, so test here too. 1, 2. Okay. So I am trying to stream it today. For once. On YouTube itself. So take a look at YouTube please, people, so that we can see if it works. I want to take a look if everything works fine there too. So we'll stream it here too if it's needed, but I want to take a look if this OBS setups are correct. I just put them in, so we will see if what happens. So we got about 10 minutes to open, and we actually had 2 beautiful sweeps today. Good thing that we actually jumped out of the straight. That's actually reversed completely on us. Somebody did mention in the stream this morning for this opening here, so anybody that saw this one, congratulations, that was actually a very good view of that second model. After this sweep we actually inverted this candle immediately. Second one fully closed below both of the last upwards. 1 minute for value gap, immediately tapped off it, and then actually the full move back to the low. So first target would have been of course this one. I was actually still managing that London's upwards movement, so that would have been at least a 2R that you made out of it, and if you continue to that low, that was a 6, almost a 7R collected. So beautiful trade this was. This is actually what I mean by we need to be patient until this gap comes and then immediately get taps. So once we have this is actually one of the best entries that we can have. We could have had a second entry. Do we have some reserve value gap that got tapped? Let me take a look. No refugees, no for value gaps. Yeah, no for value gaps, still no. So not many. This was the first second, so actually that would have been under your TP already. That would have been the second entry that you could have taken. That would stop would be here and then continue lower. And after that sweep actually we took out Asia slow, and actually we had immediately the reverse back up. So this was actually the bullish candles that we made. So after a down candle we inverted actually still here. We went up. You could have taken this gap here, put at the low, or take the first one. So here we actually had also a fair value gap with a gap, but it was also a fair value gap. Entry, and then take it back to at least previous high, so that would have been this high. So that would have been the first, and then see if you can continue. We've actually done very beautiful move twice. I'm showing this just to show that the model actually does work, so that you guys can see for yourself. Because if you get one of these entries, even if you took the highest one, the first would have been a 1R, 2.9 at least, with multiple extra entries or adding entries. So here there would be not much adding until we got actually to this point. Here we had a new fair value gap created, new entry, stop at this low, and then continue. Again, once we got up, we made a new fair value gap, a new entry, a stop at previous low of course, so that would have been this one. So this would have been in profit, this one not yet. Again, we had one here, again a tap, continue move higher, then stop would have been here, so on. So this would have actually been a very beautiful trade up. Okay, for today. There was news at 2:30 I believe, so we did have some wake down. We're still in this sideways movement at this point. We'll wait till open and see what happens, because I believe if we do sweep a little bit more, we still have. We took already London's high, so if it's possible we take Asia and London's low, both of them. We can see what happens. Is this sound okay here? And yeah, I'm just trying if my streaming will work so people get everything. Sounds okay, good, looks great, screen good. Thank you for responding. Still need to figure out how to make an overlay so you don't see my background screens and I can keep watching the chat at the same time. This will be for the afternoon. But we can see that we actually are inside a ranging market here. This zit achter op dit. Zit ingezoomed. Kijk heel eruit. Ja. Okay, great. So it should be a very small latency on YouTube too. So what I just said is we actually are inside. This was actually a choppy market, so we don't trade choppies. This was a ranging market afterwards, so now we are actually in a ranging market. This we can trade. It's okay. So what do I see? First of all, we just hit that 1 hour for value gap. We tapped that one. Let's see how we react off of this. If we actually get to that low. So again, if you watch here, you can see this is just in the 4 hour this would be not tradable. But what do I immediately do see is that actually we did had a value gap created, and we just had a very small tap here on it. So the next 32 minutes will be quite important to see if we actually fall and tap this again and fill this fair value gap up completely, or the market wants to continue. Because actually this is a continuation move, so we will need to be patient. First thought process is actually that we will fill up this 4 hour FVG just below here. So market. Two minutes to open. If we do drop to here, I want to see how we react. So because then we actually swept both of those liquidities. Is my win rate higher on what? On orb? Yeah. That's all with discretionary, but actually depends on how the market moves. Or what we can see in the market. Sometimes the market is very clear, and sometimes it's not. So we actually be patient and see what the market shows us. Did not trade any orbs this month yet, so well, it actually was a good starting month for orb. Would have made at least I believe 3 to 7 hours, so even up in London and New York, both of them actually presented 2 or 3 good trades already. So this is open. I do kind of feel that it will want to go to that low. So first target would be this one and those lows. So we actually swept them already. Huge fall down immediately. Actually wanted to see if we got an entry here too, but actually we did not. We did not came back up to that gap. So I was watching this when it started and it just fell through and nothing actually came back. Yeah, for a 1 minute ILM we need to get back up here, so that will be a bit patient. We need a 52 point back up. So we now actually did tap that 4 hour. So now this reacts in the next 27 seconds. 27 minutes is actually very important because we swapped highs and lows. We done London and New York now, so everything actually is taken out of liquidity. Doe jij olie op jouw haar? Wat in de badkamer staat?
In het begin. Nu niet meer, het is makkelijker om te kammen.
Niet verstonden, wel. Het heel snel vette haar hebben dan.
Oh. Hoe haal je dat eraf?
Wassen.
Oh, wassen.
Niet zo makkelijk. En alle kroon gaan uitvallen ook. Ga je niet meer zien ook. Yeah, my kid was trying something new with the hair.
Waarom maak ik hem niet spelen? Ik kan van maken bij de vrienden.
So if we get that inversion, we see a close again above. Yeah, we actually need a close above here. I will take that move up. I'll give it a bit of time, see what the market gives us. We're only 5 minutes in open, so so 2 minutes.
Wat?
There's a high possibility that we actually sweep that low one more time and then see maybe the move up. If the market does not decide to move further up, then we will have to be very patient, because the next sweep of liquidity would actually be here or even lower, so that could take a while. If we now create a fair value gap out of this one, I would take a swing at it. So I would take this long and back up. If we do get a fair value gap off of here, I'll definitely want to try this. I'm not in anything yet, so I still want to see that get tapped again. Come on, New York, be nice and give us our entry.
Oh, heeft hij de scheetje gelaten?
That would be very much appreciated.
Oh, wat stinkt dat? Heel deze ruimte eruit.
So I do need that retracement now. So it would be nice if we get retracement back to here. Then I'll take the entry. That would be up here, of course, then.
The shoes.
That's a 30-point stop, so that's $60, a bit more than $60 per contract. And that was 3 points from my entry. Be patient. If the market wants to give it, it will give us that entry.
Het hangt aan zijn hoe mag je dit zien? Little Dee Dee. Mama, little Ray zit er niet. Little Ray must have died.
So now the market is actually testing our patience that we have. If we can be patient until actually the entry comes, yes or no. Do you have a black screen again? Don't know what is it. Come on, thank you, please. That would be very much appreciated. So that was a tap. I'm in. Long. And stops are at a low. So the reason why I took this trade is one, we had a sweep of time-based liquidity. We had a huge bullish candle, we had an inversion, so completely back up to the highs. So now next target would at least be this high. So that's a 1.6 that we can have at least off of this. And if we are having the market on our hands, we could actually maybe take this all the way up to here. So that would be a 3R. So again, I'm in this long position. Stops at the bottom. So stops are at this wick low, so that means stop 23,303.5. We got 2 more minutes for this orb, and this is actually a very small orb. That's about 50 point orb, so that's not usually happening that much. So everybody understands why I took this and why we're in this. Yes, I did take this low. So stops are at 23 and I entered exactly when this tapped. So exactly when we got that first tap on that for value gap for the 1 minute, I actually immediately entered that trade. So again, I'll explain why. So we swept 2 sessions. So we swept Asia and London at the same time. So we came back. We also swept already news wicks. So we had a full inversion, so full change of delivery state in this high. Once we got that for value gap here, that was the first one actually. We got a tap, immediately on that tap I enter. So I am in longs to at least, this will be, watch how we react on this. So this is POI / TP1. It's not a big trade, this is only 1.6, but it's a decent. If we did get something to the market this morning, that would be a nice profit target already, 1.6. If I have a chance MG, I will add to the trade, but I still need to have the view of adding. So I can only add once I get a new for value gap. So what do I need to get? I need to create for value gaps again out of it, and then I can add to the trade. So now we are creating one. That's good. And then afterwards I need to tap in this for value gap too with a continuation. Stop hanging on my pants, you small one. Yeah, sorry, there's still a baby cat in my van at this point and he's hanging on my pants everywhere. So if I get a tap on this, I will enter a half hour extra. So this would look like this then. Again, same target. Stops at this one. I do need a clear tap. No tap, no entry. So once we do get that tap all stops should be done at that wicks low. So this one is fully out of, that one is actually already in profit, and we only have a half hour at risk then. If we don't get a tap, yeah, there's no entry point. So again, this 1 minute here will be immediately entered once we get it. So the market needs to do this. I immediately will enter it. So okay, everybody, that's not, as long as we're moving higher, oh yeah, there's no point of entering anyways. So we just let the market do its thing. So that would be a 1.4 here. We take that high out, that's a 1.6. I do want to see a full continuation here. That's one beautiful 5-minute candle. So let's see how we react here too, because this is a very important place. I do want to see that push continue now higher. I don't want to see us all the way come back, so we can actually put stops at entry now. So you can put stops here at entry, no problem. So it's a free trade. But these 15 seconds are quite important, so I don't want to see us come back into that gap here actually. There's no reason for us. Because if this happens, we actually just reacted off of this for value gap here. And the market does want to come lower. Because this is a strong move down. The 5 minutes still looks bullish, so let's take a bit of patience. That's that 1 minute. I enter a half hour again. Stops stay the same right here. So we have a half hour at risk at this point. So stops go to, we're at 23,341. If the market flushes this, that means actually we just had a full reversal back down. So then it will have maybe a sideways market going to do today. We will see what happens. We got about 3 minutes in this 5-minute candle. That will be an important one. So I did take another entry, like I said. Once we hit this one, stops are all the way. So both stops. Get that. Okay, so this one is here. So you should only have a half hour now inside your trade. Maybe your entry got a little bit up. And I'll be patient. So if the market does decide to come back to that 1 minute for value gap right here, I will not touch that market again today. That means that we will get chopped around for the whole day. Sorry guys, that was actually the cat again. Oh, my pants is not thick enough to keep those nails out of it. Oh. Okay, getting the focus off the chart is good. It helps you keep smiling while you're doing it. Oh.
The cat.
You want to chat? Oh yeah, of course. So this was actually that was the adding spot actually. Once we tap that one. You can be patient too until you actually get above here. If you get above this one, that's also a great adding spot. So then you're 100% sure the market actually continues your way. Here I added actually a down movement immediately, so it reduces the amount of points that I have to use.
Get to the feeling that he. Oh man.
So if I draw a 1 minute for value gap inside here, that means actually, if I'm doing the new model, this means actually adding plays too. So for everybody that's new to this model, that's the adding spot actually. Immediately when it taps, I enter it. I do not have patience until it moves away from it. And the next 5 minutes I do want to see that push above. You should be up at least 2.5 hours here, so 2.5, something like that. So if you are and you want to take some profit, you can. It's up to you. 2.5 hours is a good trade. If you was here this morning in the lesson, that means, in the afternoon, the morning lesson, that means 2.5 hours. That means 2.5 trades you can get against you. 2 trades and a bit. We've got 4 minutes in this 15 minutes, and this actually does need to push up now.
He's playing more than once.
If you took any profits, put your stop at BE immediately, so you don't give anything back to the market. I did not take anything off yet, so I'm full still in. Nu heb je mensen pakken. Heb je mensen pakken of zo? Eentje? But that's needed to see why no, hold them up the stone. That's okay. So now we'll be patient because this is an inside bar, so this means actually nothing to the market. Like I said, if you take profit up here somewhere, then please put your stop at BE, so actually you keep the profit that you made, even if it's only one contract. The market has been doing some strange things. You can see you should not be trading actually this kind of movement for 4 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 16 hours the market didn't do anything. It just stayed at the same spot. So always look at the bigger time frame too, how it moves, so you actually know how to react a bit faster. So we still have the chance to actually hit this smaller thing down here. If we do, I do want to see that bullish reaction off of this. We got 2 more minutes in this 4-hour candle, and I have no idea if there actually is news. I did watch. Oh, we did have news. 4:45, 4, and up 4 again. Okay, so this could be volatile in about 2 minutes.
Yeah. So crazy. Can't believe I don't know.
So there's a possibility the market will, in the next 2 minutes, come to this low again. I did not watch the news, so that was my thing that I definitely needed to watch. Because this would have news move up. So now we're building. Still looks good. If the market gives a bullish sign, it will just move up further. "38 seconds. Let's see what this does. I'm not looking at any chat at the point, so if anybody said something, I'll watch in a minute or two. Once we get out of this sideways movement, back to that TP1 at least.
What are you interested in?
So that was a news week. My screen is stuck, so that was me tapped out of that news week.
Oh man, strip is pretty.
So that was no luck. So if I left the stop at the lows, that would have been good. Was still good actually. That was a very heavy news week in 1 minute actually, I must say. That was a 85 point move, 59 point move. Eerste stap. Dat is nog altijd goed, hè? Voor mij wil je er van daarin stappen. Voor mij wil je er van daarin stappen. Met weer terug. Stop terug bedoel. So give it a bit of time.
Mama, dat verstaat. Papa, jij. Ja.
So, first of all, before we continue, we must log this trade, of course. So that was a very strong news week. I believe all of you guys on MNQ had actually a gap inside this one. NQ did not. I see it on the screen beside me, so. But actually that was... I hope you guys took a little bit profit up here. Like I said, I put your stops at least at BE. Just for that news week alone. Would have been great. I did not, so I took a minus a half or something like that. Otherwise that was actually a perfect trade. Clean move. Couldn't want it any other way.
I was funny with the photo.
sure that I can actually. I can't get into. Oh, yeah. I'm on a different computer, so I don't have my. Give me a second. I need to share my logging so I can actually log this trade immediately.
3 computers? Oh man, it's too big. Don't let me down. You bring me down now. Into my head, into my life. It's yours. It's not my mind. Remember this is you. This is you. You is you. And this is you. You gotta remember this is you. Come on.
Okay. So I sent it to myself. Woo.
I'm close. If I put this kind of
Whoa. Oh my god. Seriously.
Yes, I can seriously.
Sweep of Asia and London. 1 minute entry. Very clear. News took me out because I moved stops up. So this was actually a very good trade. I cannot say that was not how I wanted to see it. Or would have failed too, so that would actually be or break to the downside. If the market does fall lower now, I will not chase it.
Ik ga streepje een beetje eten en even heeft honger.
Afstrepen? Ja, ja, doe maar.
Streepje wel, maar niet.
The reason why I'm not gonna actually trade anymore, because look at this market. So I don't want to see a clear direction at this point where we're headed. We don't have one. Upper for value gap, we got rejected. We moved up, we took the high. We created a new for value gap, we got rejected. We took out the low, so no clear movement in this area. Waarom?
Ja?
Zoek een touwtje, Aliana. Ik ben bezig trouwens.
Maar ik vraag niet aan jou.
I'll give it another 5 to 10 minutes, see what the market wants to show us. If it does not give any clear direction, that will be the rest of the day for me, because I believe that was actually the move. And I really found it very strange that we only had like a 59 point order range. So that was a 5-minute break to the upside, immediately back to halfway, so this order range would have not made any difference. The only thing here is we did not sweep that high, so if we did sweep that high here, I don't have a new entry. So anybody that was there this morning, we can see this is a choppy market. So we actually, well, I actually gave this info this morning. We don't trade this. On the 4 hour you can see there is nothing created here. So recognizing markets is very important. I'll go over the chat in a minute if somebody said something. Go on, Fred. I hope you didn't. I hope you were trustful for yourself this time. That it did help you. Okay, great. Because this is why I'm actually training you guys to help you have confidence in what you do. So I didn't even watch if it was new. So if you backtest, you won't see it either that it was new. So this was actually just a perfect entry. We could not let this go. So if you see this sweep, if you're doing model 2 in your journal, if you see that sweep of 2 based sessions, you have immediately push up an inversion completely, have a tap of that one, immediately enter. Do not have patience for anything. And the reason why we actually stopped here at this high was this minute for value gap actually held. Look, that was a protected low. A protected high at that point, so we did not tap it. So this is what I was looking at that point. Once we came back up and we did not sweep that one again, this is why I said take profit here. Because we can go back down once and then we should actually push through this immediately. There's no reason for us to keep hanging around here. Shit, I lost OBS. Okay, looks like I'm back. Hope I'm still streaming. If you took out that high, I would probably want to short this again, but we did not take out its high itself. We'll see in the next 15 minutes what it brings. If it just stays around here and just took out our low and keeps moving sideways, get off the screens for the rest of the day. I probably do this until we have another 2-3 hours, so until 6, something like that. That's 1 o'clock, I believe, for New York. yeah, around 12, 1 o'clock, then we will see change, but if it sticks around here. So that will be that sweep of the low. Who the hell? See? Handig, hè? So I like a little bit. So OBS streaming is better this way. Probably is my internet itself. I just test the upload stream. I was a bit less than it should be. I'm gonna get myself a drink. I won't be seeing the market move anything in the next 5 minutes anyway, so be right back. So it does, for me at the first view at this point, it actually does look like it wants to go a bit lower. So even here, if this was a hit, I would definitely took this jump back in and took it back to the low. But if this market is ranging now, and actually this is the high and that is the low, we could sit here for a while. But we need another 5 minutes to actually confirm this. I don't think there's any more news today. One more at 5:30, but doesn't look like anything else is coming up, so that's... If this market keeps falling, we'll probably hit to here. We're still in this 4-hour value gap at this point, so the next one would be just one below. That not got tapped yet. So the reason why to draw this arrow actually here is because this is actually, again, this counts for me again as that sweep. So if we do have that huge push back up, I would take one more shot and then that's it then. If we continue lower, I'm not teaching this one yet, how to do a continuation market. That will be for another time. I want to make sure you guys keep you to one strategy at the beginning. I will add these strategies later on. Once you are profitable with one strategy, I will give you the information how to actually follow this market too. So because we actually fell up, we came at a 1 minute for value gap, we got rejected off of it. We came down, we actually created a new 5 minute right here. We tapped it, immediately we had that push. That was what I wanted to see here, actually, to the upside, so this is why I said take profit. We did not, we immediately fold further down. If we go into a 2 minute, we actually had a 2 minutes for value gap right here. We tapped that one again, immediately strong push down, come to the low, and now I want to see if this continues, yes or no. So this is price action reading in the minute itself. So if we do have a move, we can read this. If we have sideways movements like this, it's less accurate. So if your strategy was the orb, actually, I believe we just broke it to the downside. There's still 2 minutes. There's still a big range, so you can take it though to the next session. I'm not in this, just taking a look if somebody is trading orb session. It's still possible. Still looks like it wants to go lower, so if you are orb trader, I would enter this, and once we had the close, we probably hit to the next 4 hours of value gap anyway, so you can choose anywhere here to take profit from start to halfway till end. But do not want to see a V shape back up to the high. So this minute now needs to actually close here again. Because this is a small orb range, first of all. If you took the one up and did not, or you did not take that one to the upside, you can still try it one more time to the downside. If you did take it, you actually cannot break your rules. So if you have set that you do the morning session it's better not to. If you didn't take profit and you still have a half hour left, you can take it one more time because you're here anyways. That's a good question, so actually I should say no. But it does look like it wants to fall here. But if you want to follow your rules, you should not enter. Even though just watching will help, but even if it does fall now completely to here, that's a 2R. But still, if you want to follow your rules and set a good example for your brain for the starting, I would not enter it. Creating good habits is more important than taking a trade more. So same for me, so I don't trade ARP at the moment, so I cannot take it, even though I do see it fall to here. So I'm just doing the same as all of you, so you will see a change in my and how much I make ours this month, because actually I can trade both sides easily, but I cannot do it when I'm trading live with you all. If anybody does trade ARP, I will follow this and see if we can add to it even, to this trade. So stop should be definitely halfway. So let's see if we create a new value gap out of this one for 5 minutes. That would be a nice place to add. So the reason why I'm showing all of this is because this is actually the most important thing in trading. If you learn how to add to a trade, you actually make twice to 3 times the amount of profit that you should actually make. So with the same trade, so this should be a 2R. If we have a good trade, that can actually be another 2.5 hour extra. Wat bleef het verzet, nee? Heb je YouTube tegen verzet? Moet ik leren. So if you did take this, that would be a stop halfway, definitely max stop. So that would be 23.334. Adding in the ARP I do differently, so I be patient always for a 5-minute return and then a continuation lower. So this 15-minute does need to stay all the way down here. It does not. I don't want to see it come back up to that ARP range. If it does come back up to this ARP range, that doesn't look good. I'll keep this one on the side. If you're trading orb, please don't go watch the 1 minute. It's not good for the health. Orb takes a bit of time, so be patient until you see it play out. So there was no attic spot, so the 5 minute got closed actually. If you're trading the orb, this is actually quite a safe place already to put your stop. Give it a few more minutes. Make it put your stop here. So that reduces at least another 40 points. I don't want to see that push now further down, then you can put it here. Because we had a small remove up, so now we should fall further down in the next 6, 5. Yeah, completely, Anthony. So if you actually do this, this is actually the best way. So that's actually the best way to keep all strict to yourself. So one entry model, one trade. You can get to, if you have a trade, you can actually access that. So go to in the bootcamp, you can actually access the resources and go to trade journal. No, not trade journal. Trading plan, so that you actually can fill out a plan and send it to me. I will adjust a bit, but the best way is one session, so it reduces screen time. So it's not supposed to be getting more screen, it's actually supposed to get less screen, because at this point I'm actually a lot behind the screen when I'm teaching and actually trading 2 times 2 hours, so I'm about 6 hours a day at the screen at this point, so this is more than it should be. If you're on a learning curve, it's fully possible, that's okay, but once you master already a skill, you actually should reduce the time, not increase it. Because you don't get profitable by watching more charts, you get actually profitable by taking less entries and just take correct ones. So I'm gonna read the chat for a minute. So this looks actually promisable, so perfectly. So we do have a new 5 minute now. So let's see if we can get a fair value gap out of this one. If we do, that would be a tap and then a continuation, of course. So I always make losses when I'm for the TP level. I should have booked small profit and exited any chance for re-entering. Jotis, that was at 4 1/4, so I believe that was here somewhere. Well, let me change of hourlies. 415. So that was here. So now, if your model is the orb, that would have been that was a trade down that you could have taken. Yeah, Anthony. So I already answered that one. So yes, I do believe we will go lower at this point. So Neo, if you feel comfortable by taking 1 hour off at 2 hour, that's perfectly fine, and then put that BE. So this is why I said take some profit at the highs. So yeah, but you don't need, so in bootcamp there is I believe course material, and there you can actually find it. I believe I gave you access to it. You go up and it's how to set up a good trade plan PDF. If you follow that one, I'll copy the link for a second, put it in chat. So this one. Follow that in. If you never have reached your max a day, not profit, you can actually still take a trade afterwards. But mastering one session is actually the best way to do it. So now we actually created new ones, so this one stop can perfectly come to this high. I would put stops right here, the last wick. So that would be 23,269. That would be a stop now. So actually all profits should be reduced, or all not profits actually. 23,295. So the biggest profitable trades that I gave to all of you, I didn't even trade myself. So you'll still be okay with it. So always keep smiling. Trading will be here for a long time. So I get about 5 to 7 more minutes, then I will end the stream. So it looks like it will hit that TP anyways. It looks very strong push. So the next 5 minutes we can come back up to this FEG. We should not come back higher than that. So this is why you can put your stop here actually. So if this for value gets should hold, we should not come above that one anyways. If you are in this, you're already at now. That's not a 5-hour jump. That's not possible. Move this one up. So it should be at 1.2 hour here. Should be gone. So stop straight should be here. But I would have been 1 hour. Some people collected 1 hour here. Congratulations. And here you would have at least collected the same. So I don't want to see it come much higher than the gap, then it actually should immediately fall back down. So you can choose both sides to add or one. You can, when it hits, add, or you can be patient until we close below it again. So I prefer trading or closing it, adding here after we actually have that close. So we do need that tap for the 5 minute for value gap, and then a rejection off of it to continuing to the move. So that would be at least to here, so you would get an extra 36 points. Not a big move, but it is something. So the short would be from here then to where this wick actually ends. So if it taps, it would be at that wick. Same target at least. So that would mean you can put in, you can choose actually, because you're full in profit here. You are 22 points in profit. If you choose to put a full R at risk again, you are allowed. If you're new to adding, I would suggest to add a half R. We did not get that tap, so no adding. Now if it hits the TP before we can add, so there's still no adding then. So this is definitely TP1. At 23,188. TP2 would be actually halfway this gap. So that's TP2, 23,132. And if you still have small profits left, that would be full run. It would be end of this at that low. Here I would definitely take full TP at the low of that 4 hour value gap. So if you are in this, you are now at 1.5, 1.6 or TP1 is almost 2 hours, so that's actually a nice collection. Everybody understands why we did not add here. So adding does need a retracement and then a continuation. So that will be that 4 hour gap. So that's that gap. So that's first TP. So that's about the 2 hour you collected here. If you want to hold to second TP, at least take 1 hour profit here. Put your stops at BE so they are fully in profit, or even you can put your stops to the high. So actually what I would add, you can put it to here, because if this candle immediately pushes back up, yeah, it will take out all of this, but I don't believe so. Market is showing it wants to go lower, so if you get it to this next TP, you get an extra. How much would this be? Oh, 47 points, so still a nice collection. So that would be it for me for the stream for today. 2 great trades actually we took. 1 up. I was fully confident that I would actually kept moving. News took us out. Orb change in direction immediately to the lows. So fast orb too, by the way. I would not try to add to this. If we see it come back actually to this point, I would actually completely get out the trade. So congratulations who took the orb to the downside. You made at least a 2R. So if you have any questions, I will answer now. Let me take a look if we have any questions left on YouTube or anywhere else. Not sure if anybody's still in here. Bij YouTube nog? Zit er nog iemand te kijken? Reason for bias low at this point because we actually rejected off of this 4 hour. So that's a good question. That's a good question. So we came into this 4 hour here. This is also what I shown this morning as support and resistance levels, so we can get some reaction off of these. This is actually the 4 hour for value gap. Actually, this is the protected low, the protected high, so we actually never get above that for value gap. So we actually sit around here for a while. If the market wants to continue higher, it needs always liquidity, so it always goes back to bigger time frames per value gap. So we still had one here. So if this one closes all the way to this low and stays here today, we probably see tomorrow downside too to the next one. So we still have one here, or maybe Asia session that can be here. If not, and this for value gap holds, we actually continue. So a bias you can never have in a day. So you can only be patient and see what the market gives us. So once this morning we had the hourly and it's shown us that we were continuing higher. After this huge 1 hour drop, I was trading in this session, so when this happened I was not in stream anymore. We saw actually a bullish reaction. We dipped that high and then zoom in and see what the market shows us. So what did the market show us? We took session lows, great. We came back up, we took session highs, so that's good too. Here, so this was morning session, so we'd actually swept liquidity, so we swept it again at open. So here at open, we actually swept all of it again. So I believed after the sweep we actually would continue the highs. Why? Because liquidity was taken, we came into for value gaps, and it held, and it held. So that would be that stop, and it held at that point. If it did not held, we shouldn't see that kind of bullish reaction off of it. So this wick actually shows us that all of this was needed to push the market higher. Now I did not see that there was news. After that the news came. We saw a bullish movement, still bullish for value gaps created. There was one 1 minute and a 2 minute right here, and this gap did not get tapped higher. So the market shown us at this point, when the news came out, that was a very bearish reaction off of it. You can see the reason why is this candle takes a lot of money to push the market to this low. You can see how small they are in the upside and how big they are in the downside movement. There is a difference in it. This tells you the story what the market wants to show you. So after the rejection of this, well, it's even a 2 minute too, so after 2 minute rejection, we did not tap that high. So if it does not tap that high, that means this is a protected stop. That means that market makers put their money here. So if they put their money here and the market needs to go lower, they will not tap themselves out. After this we can see reaction for value gap created. Bearish reaction off of it. Immediately again for value gap created. Bearish reaction off of this. This is why I said you could take this short to the lows, and actually we're almost at TP2 now. So congratulations with this trade. It was actually a very nice one. So this shows me the market still wants to go lower. You cannot say any bullish candle that we had today is like the half of the strength of the downwards movements. So I do not try to have a bias at the day's open. I just want to see what the market gives me. I did prefer to see it go up, but it does not mean that we cannot short the market. I hope this explains it a bit. So this is how you actually read candles. If you never have heard of reading a candle or learning the story that the candles tell you, go read the Candlestick Bible. It's free PDF online. You can find it anywhere. Oh, I'll share you. Wait, give me a second. Somebody asked this. share this in the chat. Yeah. This is how you can join. Say hello in the chat so I can put new on you, so you actually can see more channels. Once you just enter, you cannot see all the channels yet. So that would be, I believe, second TP in a minute or so. So if you did not take any profit, at least take some profit off here. That's almost the 3R collected. Yeah, it doesn't always need to go exactly to that TP to take profit, so keep it a bit. Nice moving, so yeah, that was a good trade. So this will be it. That will be the end of the sprint session for me. But it's okay that you didn't take it, Neo. There will be multiple more coming days that we will do the same over and over again. I didn't take it myself, so I just tape readed it at this point. I took the one up. And I'm doing exactly like I told my students. I will only take one kind of trade at this point. Until everybody is profitable, and then I can show actually what I can do. At this point I'm just showing you one strategy, because if I jump from up to down and do that again, you all will follow me doing that, and that's not how you actually become a profitable trader. Not many can do it. Not many can change bias from up and then change it and go short afterwards. It takes some years of experience to actually see the market change its hand. How much did you put in a risk, Neo? So how much did you give to the market? I'm here to help, so we are all open and honest about everything. So if you don't want to share it here, you can also send me a DM. I want to help you actually become profitable, not that you have to. I want to make sure you actually make money, because if you actually traded the morning and yesterday's morning and now again in the news, so do you actually have a trading plan? Which trades you want to take? So Anthony could have taken this too, but it was not as planned, so I actually told him not. So you actually made around 300, but you didn't close it. So yeah, that's something I cannot teach you. This is something you will still have to see. So this is why I told up here, once we were at the high, take some profits and put your stop at BE. So we actually didn't lose any money this afternoon. You should at least got the BE out of it. I said it multiple times, I believe. And how much do you risk per trade? So what's your risk parameter? So what's 1R for you at this point? Is it $50, $100, $200, $100? Okay. So how much? So that's 5% of your trading account. Okay, great. You're trading a prop firm, I believe, or trading real funds. Unfunded. Okay, great. So it's a prop firm. So you took this trade up with us, and you let it get back down without taking profits. Okay. You took the morning session a trade. Which trade did you take in the morning session? Did you take the orb? So if you take the orb, then actually you should keep it to yourself and just take one kind of So then you actually have to stay and make sure that you actually trade one kind of mechanism. So, or you trade orbs, or you trade change in delivery states. So try to stick to one plan at the start to become profitable. It's enough to learn one strategy and to keep it in your brain and actually continue moving this strategy over and over again. It's not easy to adapt to 2-3 strategies. Yeah, I trade both sessions at this point. So I trade morning session normally on YouTube and this session in here too. So I actually follow my students at this point by just doing one strategy, even though I know this strategy works perfectly fine, the warp. So I didn't need that other strategy, but still. I know not everybody likes holding long onto trades, and actually that morning session, once we did take that sweep high, I said halfway stop, reduce risk, so you only could have lost a half hour this morning. I gave back a half hour, and this is actually, yeah, we can say nothing about this trade. That was actually beautiful. Even this trade up was actually full following the plan, so nothing changed. That was actually the full plan of that strategy move up. You're not the first one that will give an account to the market, and don't look at it as you give something to the market. Look at that, it's still cheap, guys. So you trade like $100 per trade, so that's actually 150 divided by, so let's take a look. So that's $150 that you actually paid, plus maybe a 50 for activation, so that's about $200 divided by 2000. So you actually pay $0.1 per 6, so that's about $20 that you pay actually. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, so you pay about $20 per trade. So you can see it like that. In real money, actually, you pay about $20 per trade. If you trade real funds, you actually will pay a lot more. So if you give 2k to the market every time that you gave an account away, so just try to stick to a strategy and repeat it. So not two, no, just one. It's more than enough for people to actually understand. So this is why I actually want you to backtest your strategy. Make sure you get profitable in a certain amount of time, and actually keep to it. Don't shop, don't change, just repeat it. You will have enough profits. It will take a little bit more time, that's all, but it's mastering a skill. It's not an easy skill to learn. It's actually one of the easiest skills in the world, trading. Because a lot of smart people do it, but the one thing they don't master is their emotions. So if you already see yourself now not... I'm minus a half hour today. I did not take this trade. Grab Rich Hub. So I said I only take the ILMs at this point, so I will only take them. I will tape read them here actually, because I wanted to take it, but I can't, because I said to all my students I will only take one strategy at this moment. So the reason why I don't do it is because I'm not better than any student here, so I just the teacher, and that doesn't mean that I can jump from one strategy to another. If I do this constantly over and over, you will have no sense in what I'm doing. So this is not why I created this. I want to make sure you all get profitable. This is why I created this. I'm only using a 1 minute change in delivery state. So what I'm doing is actually this. So this morning actually we had two perfectly beautiful sessions out of it. I actually was not online, so I could not trade it. So I'll leave this for a second. So first one, Here I was online, but I was still looking at that orb session. So we sweeped Asia here. I took a half hour profit in this one, and I gave a half hour back in the afternoon session now. So I'm actually on 0. So we actually here, there was a 1 minute for value gap right here. I entered this immediately when this got tapped. So I took my highs and I wanted to take it to this for value gap right here. So there was 1.2. I took a half hour off. I put my stop at BE. If the market should continue lower to this gap, I still had a bit more chance to take a bit more profit. So it did not. It rallied immediately back up. This is where everybody was still in that orb, so I was following the orb session at that point. Here actually we swept the high that did not have that continuation lower. So we need to find again a place where we actually sweep. Here was sideways movement, so I did not enter this. And the reason why I didn't enter here is because that was actually at open. So in open I don't enter it. So this is open, exactly this minute candle, so I did not enter it because open can at London can have some movement. So after this sweep, actually that was the full sweep again. That was actually the entry that we should have taken. I was still tape reading the orb, so in hindsight this was actually that 1 minute for value gap created. Change in state here, 1 minute for value gap, immediately short off of it, stops at the high, take it to this low. So that was the previous low, so that would have been the first TP, that would have been 2.9. And if you held it all the way to session low, it doesn't always happen to session low, so that would have been almost a 7. Now the other way around, if you missed that one and you actually put an alarm on here, you could have taken the upper part too. So we swept session low of Asia again. We had a full change in state right here. You can even choose first for value gap. I prefer to take the lowest for value gap, so this was actually the lowest one. Created full entry. Then we take a long. Where to? At least when this move came, this high or that one, and then see how we react at that point. So that would have been, if you entered from here, if you take the first one, that would have been a 1, maybe a 2 or 1.4. If you entered on the lows, that would have been a 2.8. And see how the markets reacted. If it continued, you could actually hold all the way through, so that would have been a 5. But you could have added to this trade. The previous one to the downside, you could only have added here, and I probably would be halfway out of this trade already, so I probably would not have added. Upwards, there was a possibility. So if you did not get out of this trade, I would probably stop this trade right now. John, how could I take that trade with a half position? Because my one contract is all would have been 100. Yeah, so if you took this this short, you mean? Yeah, so this is the downside on actually in London trading, like that you actually have a very fast 50-point stop in New York session, so you can't. The only thing that you can do is put a full R at risk again. That's the only thing that you can do, so that's again a full R then. So the max loss that I would give for orb trading would be 2 R a day. I would not give more than that. You can actually, in London session you can, because we have a much smaller position. This was actually a very small orb even in New York session, so this was only like a 59 point, so that was actually a very small one. We sometimes have 100 points, so if you have a 100-point stop, you can actually not take it, or be patient until you have a small retracement and then jump into it and put your stop at a high once we break that low again. The same that we actually add to a trade. So what do I mean by that? So if we go back to the 5 minutes and we see a drop we see a small retracement. You could have waited until this one got closed. Zoom in then to 2 minutes. If we do drop below it again, that would be your entry and your stop would be at that high. This is reducing the amount of put into it, so that would have been a 20.8, so that would be almost a half hour for you. A full hour. So 28 points, x2, so that's actually 150, yeah, that would be $50 so that would be a half hour. This is how you can do that too, but I'll teach this in a later state. I don't want you to mix up 2 and 3 models at once, so I want you actually to learn the first one and then I'll add to it. It takes a little bit of time, but if I put all the information out at once, you will be overwhelmed with too much info. It's not possible to remember all of it, and you will move things through each other. I don't want that. I want you actually to follow steps and then also continue those steps. So if you took it on a 5 minutes, that would actually be how much? 42 points, so that would be actually the same. Would have mattered. So you're actually a good listener, Anthony. I actually want to put you in my bootcamp too. You would actually be very fast profitable, I believe. I'll give you an update, so yeah. You get full access. Just take a look. You can actually rewatch now the live sessions I made already, so if you want to, you can actually take a look at it. It's all in bootcamp's spot, so no, anytime. I see you do the work, so that's the most important thing. You listen, you do the work, so this is what a student's mentality should be, but not all people have it, so enjoy for the rest of your day. If you didn't take profits or you did make some profits, you can also share it. Otherwise, I would actually not sit behind the charts anymore. I would actually end it for today.